the finish line, feel the rush, it's time to shine. Pushing metal, pure and fine, in this premium racing grind. Race to the finish line, feel the rush, it's time to shine. Pushing metal, pure and fine, in this premium racing grind. Uh-oh, uh-oh, grind, uh-oh, racing grind. Pit crew ready, tools in hand, every second by a strand. Fuel and tires, quick change, back to track and destined range. Pit crew ready, tools in hand, every second by a strand. Fuel and tires, quick change, back to track and destined range. Race to the finish line, feel the rush, it's time to shine. Pushing metal, pure and fine, in this premium racing grind. Race to the finish line, feel the rush, it's time to shine. Pushing metal, pure and fine, in this premium racing grind. Uh-oh, grind, uh-oh, racing grind, uh-oh, uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to rock and roll here from Daytona International Speedway. It is the first race of the regular season here with the Premium Stock Car Racing League. And these drivers, they're out there on the racetrack. They're laying down times. They're getting some practice in, and they're making sure that their cars are absolutely hooked up in premium here this evening. As each and every one of them going to be looking for the win, or at least a solid start here to their season, as they are all wanting to try to punch their ticket in to our Premium Stock Car Racing League playoffs. I know it's already, it's only the first race of the season. We're already talking about playoffs, but points are going to be at a premium here in each and every one of these races. So to try and lock yourself in, you can try to win your way into the playoffs, but earning those points and getting yourself into the show and into those playoffs is going to be key and on the back of the minds of each and every one of these drivers, and trying to earn some stage wins along the way, trying to put yourself out in front at the right times, to try to earn yourself those extra playoff points to really help try and carry you through each and every one of our stages for our playoffs. As Jimmy 6 times coming and showing the love over there on YouTube, says $105 on the line here tonight for the Dash for Cash. That's absolutely insane. $105 on the line here for one of those lucky Dash for Cash drivers. There's also a $5 bonus for the pole award. Okay, $5 for the pole winner, then $5 for most laps led, and $5 for the heartbreak winner. Driver who leads at the line on the last lap and doesn't win the race. Ooh, baby, that's going to be an exciting one. That's definitely a heartbreaker right there. As NJB Design says, "Hi, Dad. What's up? What's up, son? How are you? How are you, Noah? How you doing this afternoon?" Roadkill says, "Holla, Papa. Holla, Poppy. Hello. How are you? How you doing, Roadkill? How you doing tonight?" As Jimmy 6 times also says, $50 for leader at the completion of lap 50. Ooh, so lots of extra money on the line here for these drivers this evening. A lot of extra dough for them to try and put some extra coinage in their pocket here this evening, as well as practice quickly coming to a close here in this one, and we're inching closer and closer to what is now being called the Farrell 200 here. Is the Robin Farrell 200, one of our amazing drivers and competitors, going through some health issues right now. Our hearts and prayers go out to him and his family, and hoping that the health issues kind of dissipate, gets back to good health and good fun here again on the simulator and having some fun out there. And we got a special video later on for Mr. Robbins, and we got our command as well from Lonnie Crider coming up here in just a little bit, as qualifying is about to get underway here in about 4 minutes from now. So practice out there on the speedway. These drivers, they're still rolling out there, a couple of them trying to make sure that their cars are absolutely perfect here this evening, as the Napa Auto Parts number 9 ride that Chase Elliott paint scheme there for Benjamin Romano. Sits in the 11th position right now. 11th fastest out there on the speedway, looking fresh here on the season. Last year we saw that 9 ride actually in the 24, so good to see Benjamin back out there sporting a new paint scheme and a new number here this year, trying to turn the tables. We do see the 3 rider Jordan Crider out there as well. So Crider rolling the 3 machine, the pink ride here this afternoon. That's looking fresh out there on the speedway. I'm not going to lie, the pink machine looking to try to pick up a checkered flag here this evening. He picked up the Daytona shootout win here last Saturday in a wild last lap battle, in a wild couple last lap crashes that somehow or another the 3 ride was able to squeeze his way through there and find his way into victory lane, as the No Luck Motorsports ride gonna look for more luck here to start the year. Is right there in front of him, that 66 ride out there on the speedway is Ben Gleason. Gleason currently quickest here in this practice session, looking very, very strong out there on the speedways. We do see Michael Ponder Jr. out there as well, the number 13. That's a Wood Brothers paint scheme out there on that number 13 machine. Normally we've seen that 13 ride, you know, it's normally the 21. We've seen it pick up a couple checkered flags in there, you know, rookie careers for some of these drivers in that Wood Brothers car, finding their way into the winner's circle here at Daytona. As Landon Burbage out there as well. He's actually going to take his car back down pit side, as we do see the Budweisers in the Mountain Dew number 8 machine. That's Nathan Brookover out there on the racetrack. We do see William Connolly out there as well, as Will in that Maxwell House number 25 ride. He's going to let the 66 in the 3 machine go right on by, as practice quickly coming to a close here in this one, as we'll quickly jump in and get a good look in here at an amazing video here. As Jimmy 6-time says Dylan Carrier, extra 10, Josh Crider, Caden Gargiulo, Jonathan Gaston, Nathan Brookover, Chris Getz, Jordan Crider, Landon Burbage, and Noah Blackwell. And then he's got Grant Applegate, Brian Underwood, Farrell Robbins, Danny White, Jesse Graham, Ben Gleason, Jordan Hand, Michael Ponder Jr., Aiden Lucas, and Matthew Wood, all Dash for Cash drivers above. So if your Dash for Cash drivers are out there on the racetrack and they're looking to earn themselves that extra payday here this evening, if you see their name in that list, then you can see them out there, as well as $5 to the last driver on the lead lap as well. $5 for the last driver on the lead lap here tonight as well. Hey, I mean, if you're last driver in that position, definitely not the best place to be, as Nick Tucker Racing says number 49 is going to win this thing. Hey, I like it. I like the self-confidence here in this one, Nick. I like the self-confidence, brother. Let's take a look in here quickly at the video here for Farrell Robbins. Is Farrell, beautiful man, amazing competitor out there on the racetrack, a very good friend of everybody out there on the racetrack, and we got a special video here for him now. My video player's been messed up, so we're going to have to try to do a little something different here in this one. This is going to mess things up here real quick. Let's make sure we get this fixed up, and let's get the video here for Farrell Robbins playing. Let me go to other scene, and let's get this figured out. Let's make sure we get this perfect. Here we go, here we go.
Hi, I'm Betty Robb.
Alrighty, bear with us here, bear with us. Oh, that's the wrong one. We didn't want that. There's the video. Alright, perfect.
Hi, I'm Betty Robbins. I'm Farrell's wife, and I just wanted to say that he's the best man I know. He's been my husband for almost 33 years, and I love him very much, and I want him to knock this health shit off so that we can get back to our lives. Anyway, love you, honey. Bye.
Alrighty, beautiful message right there for Farrell Robbins from his wife, and it's coming from all of us, man. We hope that Farrell gets healthy, gets better, and gets back into his regular day life and doing everything that he loves to do. His driver's going to be jumping out onto the racetrack here in a quick hurry for our qualifying session. We'll take a look in and see what these drivers got planned, as we love you, Farrell. We all love Mr. Farrell, and man, I hope that everything ends up being A-okay. I don't want to see, you know, one of our premium stock car racing legends, unfortunately, have these health problems and everything else. We want to see him get better in a quick hurry and hope that it all kind of surpasses and doesn't affect him in his day-to-day life. As Cameron Combs, what's good, Cameron? Cameron coming in with that heart reaction on the broadcast. What's good, Mr. Combs? As Albert Anderson also coming in, showing the love as well with that like on the stream. How are you, fellas? How you doing this afternoon? Hopefully you guys are having yourselves a wonderful day. As if you guys haven't already and you're just tuning in, make sure you guys hit that like button for us. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and or subscribe button if you're watching over on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube. Become part of the Peacemaker family today, as we're at the World Center of Racing and Qualifying. Now up for grabs, drivers looking to try to lay down some quick times out there on the speedway, as we do see the old dogs, the number 75 ride of Jesse. That is Chip Graham out there on the speedway, as Landon Burbage gonna slide out there as well. Here comes that Prince's Towing number 2 machine. The Gaston's iRacing Graphics number 72. He's going to roll out onto the back straightaway and try to build up that speed, try to get that car up the full song and bird and get rolling here for his opening lap of qualifying. Jordan Hand, he's jumping out there onto the racetrack. The beautiful looking Premier Racing Setups number 11 machine. That is a Denny Hamlin paint scheme on that thing, and it's looking fresh out there on the speedway. Danny White, he's out there as well, looking to lay down a quick time, as the old dog 79 ride looking fresh out there on the speedway. We see Michael Ponder Jr. jumping back out there in the 13. Here comes Reese Calva out there onto the racetrack as well. Let's take a look here and see if Reese can try to lay down a quick time here in this qualifying session. This thing is hooked up and looking beautiful here again this afternoon. We actually got a little bit of an in-car camera here of this 4 ride. Let's take a look on board with Calva and see what he can do here in this qualifying lap. And let's get a good look at him in the webcam section as well, to give you guys a good look at, you know, kind of what he's dealing with and what he's doing out there on the speedway. If it can pop up for us here. Don't see it popping up for us. Actually, looks like we may have lost link for Calva. Looks like he's came in and left the server there, so let me get that fixed back up here for us. Should be popping up here shortly. There we go. There's Reese out there on the racetrack. He's focused up. He's rolling on the racetrack. He's looking to try to lay down some quick times here, and he's got a couple laps to do it. Can he find his way to the front of the field? Can he or one of these other drivers find their way out in front and picking up that $5 quick time here in qualifying? He's going to hug that yellow line, looking for a lot of speed out of corner number 4. Down through the tri-oval, we'll see if he can try to find the speed that he needs to try to pick up the top spot here in qualifying, and he will jump to the top of the speed charts. A great lap time there for Reese Calva. Calva now quickest here in qualifying. You hear him roll out of the throttle, and Reese right now out in front, fastest here in qualifying, and looking to try to lay claim to the $5 on the line for the quick time here this evening, as Reese getting it done here in this one, man. That's a great lap right there from the number 4 ride, but unfortunately it doesn't stand for long, and Reese will lose the top spot here. So a tough break there for Reese Calva. Give a good shout out there to Reese, brand new one of our sponsors here on the stream as well. Reese coming on board, being a part of the amazing Premium Stock Car Racing League with the Prestige Enterprises. Prestige Enterprises, welcome on board. Welcome to the Premium Stock Car Racing League, and being a part of the sponsorship family here, and being a part of the family all together here with us. And we can't shout those guys out enough for being on board and coming in to the fun here with the Premium Stock Car Racing League. Make sure you guys check out Prestige Enterprises. I do believe on the back bumper, we'll take a look at that later, is the website for Reese's page. Let me double check it here, as I do believe it is the press-enter.com. The pressenter.com is you can check out all the things that Prestige Enterprises has to offer, all the developments, the custom homes and roofing that they can do for you. Now, I'm not 100% sure on the location or anything else, but you can get a hold of Mr. Kelv. I do believe he's down in Texas somewhere, so you can probably find him there in that area. As we get a good look here at the end of the qualifying session, it's the 72 of Jonathan Gaston. Gaston with the quick time here in qualifying. What a run and what a drive there for Jonathan Gaston. He'll earn that $5 payday, the quick time here in qualifying for the number 72 ride. What a drive right there. As Cameron Combs says, doing great. Hope your day has been good as well. Yeah, my day has definitely been good, brother, and it gets even better at nighttime when I get to jump on here, see all the amazing fans in the stands, get to see these amazing drivers out there on the racetrack, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for our A-Main feature event, as our A-Main will get underway here in just another couple moments. Let's get a quick word in here from our command this afternoon. Let me take a quick gander here. Let me make sure we get this open and get it going. Here is our command here this evening from Mr. Lonnie Crider.
Well, this is Lonnie Crider with you again, your Grand Marshal. If you missed last week, buddy, I hope you call somebody and tell them to be ready for this week, because the exciting racings we had last week. I'd like to once again thank our sponsors. Thank you for our great announcer who announces the races. Be with us tonight as we race. Be safe. God bless everybody. Start them engines and let's go racing, guys.
Woo, baby, let's go, baby, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our A-Main feature event, our 100-lap race is about to get underway. We just got our opening invocation and command there from Lonnie Crider, as we'll take a quick break in and we'll take a quick gander here as our national anthem going to be brought to you by Landon Burbage. So please rise and remove your hat as our national anthem here from the number 2 of Landon Burbage. Alrighty, shout out there, Landon Burbage coming in with our national anthem as we'll get ready to roll and get ready to race here this evening, as our opening race here at the Premium Stock Car Racing League will be led down to the green flag. It is the 72 with Jonathan Gaston, the G-Man in the top spot. He'll have Ryan Haller there to his outside. Danny White in the 4-rider, Reese Calva bring up row number 2, and then we see the 2-ride, Landon Burbage, the 89 of Melvin Brancruer. Benjamin Romano, it is the 19 of Dylan Carrier, the 11 ride of Jordan Hand, and the 25 of William Connolly rounding out our top 10. Then we see the 18 of Noah Blackwell, Jesse Graham, Nate Siefker, Nick Tucker, Grant Applegate, Michael Ponder Jr., Aiden Lucas, Matthew Wood, Josh Crider, Brian Underwood. Rounding out our top 20 in the 6th ride, Jordan Crider, last week's winner in the dash back there in 22nd. He'll have Farrell Robbins down to his inside. Good look out there, Farrell, as Ben Gleason, Caden Gargiulo, Nathan Brook over Chris Gant bringing up the rear of the field as we'll end all the anticipation with our feature presentation as we are quickly green flag racing here from Daytona International Speedway. The green flag is out, and it's Gaston who will lead us down through quarter number 1 and out at quarter number 2. He's looking to try to keep this race lead, and we can already see some of the strategy being played out by each and every one of these drivers, as out in front, the top 4 rows still door to door out there on the speedway, almost 5-6 rows now down the back straightaway, getting lined back up as everybody either trying to work their way to the front of the field or other drivers trying to hang out a little deeper in the back of the pack, as you already see some drivers deeper in the field here starting to get lined up, trying to make this second pack work, trying to keep themselves a little deeper in the field and trying to avoid any early caution flags, as we will see stage breaks here this afternoon. Last week with the shootout, no stage breaks, nothing but good hard racing out there on the speedway. We saw these drivers go about 40 laps or so without a caution flag on the racetrack. We saw a few late race yellow flags and some craziness there on that final lap. We could expect to see some more of the same here this evening, as you already see some movement out of these drivers down the back straightaway. Heyitskevcustoms right there in that floor line, jumping down below the double yellow line, just trying to keep that car out of any danger and trying to keep it under control, as he was getting shoved by that 2 machine of Landon Burbage, as door to door once again down the tri-oval in the front straightaway here at Daytona, and across the line the 99 rider Ryan Haller will lead that lap. So Haller and the 72 and Jonathan Gaston leading their respective lines, as our top 7 out there on the racetrack have yet to change positions. Our top 7 are sitting right where they started out there on the racetrack, and they are sitting comfortably here at the front of the field, as we see some more drivers starting to join this lead group. More drivers trying to work their way closer to the front of the field. You never know when the big one may strike, whether it's going to be at the front of the field or the middle of the pack, or maybe something bigger happens towards the rear of the field. You can never be safe. You can never be sure out there on the racetrack when it comes to super speedway racing like it is here at Daytona International Speedway. And the big one always lurking in the back of the minds of each and every one of these drivers. Sometimes it's safest to be back there deep in the field and potentially able to get onto the binders or out of the way of any of the wrecks or cautions that may happen in front of you, and avoid the big one that way. Sometimes it's better to be out in front trying to lead the race, or being up inside the top 5 or so and trying to stay in front of what could be the big wreck here this afternoon. It's not about if it's going to happen, it's about when it's going to happen. And each and every one of these drivers, they know they want to try to survive. This is a long race, 100 laps. We see stage breaks at lap 20 and lap number 40. So with those stages coming out, you want to kind of be there. You want to earn some of those points here, but you want to be able to finish this race as well. So is it it's a little bit more risk versus reward here at a super speedway for those stage points. Yes, you want them. Yes, you may need them later in the season, but trying to run yourself up to the front of the field, trying to make moves to get inside the top 5, top 10, trying to earn those stage points maybe puts you into a tough position or a bad position where you can get tied up in the big one in a quick hurry, as we do see that 57 right of Grant Applegate. Applegate, one of the competitors in last season's championship 4, and here he is battling up inside the top 10, already up 8 positions from where he started, and now he's in that 4th spot on the outside road, trying to get that Red Bull Racing 57 right up to the front of the field here, as he continues to try to slice and dice his way up and through the traffic there. 49 right, going from the high side to the bottom side. Look out, Nick Tucker almost going around. Oh, baby, it's going to stack him up down low. No caution flag on the racetrack. We keep it clean and green, but that's going to really break things up here in this one. As drivers were getting off of the throttle, they saw that 49 right almost going around right there. We're going to play this back and take a look at it, as we just started to talk about how he had worked his way inside the top 10 and was starting to make some moves here. He jumps down low, trying to clear the 11 ride of Jordan Hand. So you see the 49, the Milwaukee Tools machine. He sees a gap. He tries to take advantage of it. Unfortunately, that gap is going to close. He goes down over the nose of Jordan Hand. Nowhere for him to go. Nothing he can do. He's getting onto the binders. He's trying to stay out of the 49. He's sliding down onto the apron. You take a look there. There is the 19 ride of Dylan Carrier. The 1 ride right there as well. Everyone trying to avoid the slipping and sliding of the 49 and the 11 ride, and it just stacks up this whole second half of the field. Everybody starts to roll out of the throttle. Everyone trying to get checked up here to avoid getting tied up and potentially having issues early on in this race, and somehow or another the 49 rider Nick Tucker keeps that car rolling even with that left rear damage. You can see how hard that contact was between him and the 11 ride. He is currently still inside the top 14 times right now. He's just in the 11th position. Now getting closer by a few other drivers as they're starting to get lined up deeper in the field. There's a big gap now between themselves and our lead pack, and they want to catch up to that lead pack in a quick hurry. Look at the break there in these packs out there on the speedway. Our top 9 kind of out in front here, kind of running away with it at this stage, and everyone else still trying to hunt down this 18 and Noah Blackwell. Is Blackwell now with no dancing partners? His teammates got tied up there and slowed down in that caution, or almost caution flag. Now he's kind of stuck in the middle of this. Really no drafting help to his front bumper, no drafting help to his back bumper. And you see that second group trying to get all this momentum built up, trying to race their way back towards the front of the field here, hoping to see if they can try to get close enough to strike and maybe take advantage of some of those stage points here this evening as Matthew Wood sits back in the 11th position. Aiden Lucas in the 20 ride. He rolls there in 12th with Brian Underwood. Nick Tucker in the 49 back in 14th. The 5 ride. It's a beautiful looking machine there for the Rubber Dot Productions number 5 ride. That is Josh Crider back in the 15th position. Nate Seeker in the 1. He rolls there in position number 16 with Jordan Hand back in the 17th position as Dylan Carrier right there behind him. Jesse Graham, Farrell Robbins rounding out our top 20 with Caden Gargiulo, Chris Getz, Ben Gleason, Jordan Hand, and Nathan Brookover back there in the 24th and 25th spot, and then back in the 26th position. You see the 13 ride, unfortunately, for that Wood brothers. Number 13 ride, the ride of Michael Ponder Jr. He is back in 26. No drafting help here. He's about 10 seconds back of the first pack in front of him here, but about 13, 14 seconds back of our lead pack out there on the speedway, and really no dancing help. He continues to fall farther and farther away as we do see the 10 rider Wyatt Mickelson finally joining us out here on the racetrack. Now Mickelson is multiple laps down here on the speedway. Unfortunately missed the start of this race in the 10 ride quickly, falling multiple laps down here, and it's going to be tough sledding to see if he can try to get any of these laps back. If nobody goes a lap down before our first stage break, he can at least get 1 back, and if no one goes a lap down before stage number 2, potentially a second lap back there for that 10 ride. But I think he's going to need even more than that as he's about 10 laps down as Ashlyn McKelva. I don't know why that messed me up so badly right there. Ashlyn McKelva coming in, says go number 4. Cheered on McKelva out there on the speedway as Albert Anderson over well. Nice save right there for the 49 ride, as that was a very good save, and you starting to see that second row now building up that speed and now joining that lead pack here once again, as you do see the 16 of Matthew Wood. He's now into this fight inside the top 10. Here comes that 1 ride of Nate Seeker right there, as well as Noah Blackwell, as he's back into the hunt at the front, and same with Aiden Lucas, Jordan Hand right there as well. The 49 of Nick Tucker, unfortunately, sliding a little farther back here. No help, and unfortunately that left rear damage definitely handling-wise and pushing-wise. Very tough for him out there on the racetrack, and it's going to be very tough for the drivers around him to want to push him or help him out here, as that rear end damage could make it very easy to spin him around and potentially get tied up in a wreck with him. So he's not getting a whole lot of help or dancing partners out there on the racetrack right now, as he slides even farther back now into that 19th position. As out in front, it is Ryan Haller, the shot caller here this afternoon. He is out in front and showing these drivers how to get it done here in this one, as our first points event of the season underway here, and right there trying to get to his outside. The 79 ride, it's a pair of, it's one of the old dogs out there, a pair of old dogs trying to get around this 99 ride, as Danny White to the outside. You see the 72 with Jonathan Gaston right on the back bumper here, Ryan Haller, as they continue to battle at the front of the field. Reese Kelva right there ready to bounce in with Melvin Franklin looking to the outside of that 79 right of Danny White. He was thinking almost up 4 wide right there, or 3 wide, as The 57, not sure if Grant Applegate would have went with them or not, but they were coming hard down the front straightaway, and he took a big look to the outside of that 79, and now that lane starting to fall back a little bit more here, and unfortunately, now they're going to lose that outside lane for the 79 as the two-rider Landon Burbage. Burbage will jump there in front of the 79 of Danny White. He's going to look for some help here as here comes the push to the back bumper of the two-ride, and there you go. There's the three-wide, the Premium Stock Car Racing League driver, the 18 ride in that Premier Racing Setups machine, trying to work his way to the front of the field. It's Noah Blackwell. Blackwell now finds himself up inside the top 6 of the racetrack. He's getting some help here as they decided to split the middle. Unfortunately, Melvin Brengruer, he gets shoved up to the outside lane here. Now he's the only car on the outside of 3 wide. He's trying to use that side draft and try to stay door to door with some of these Premier Racing Setups machines, as the 18 of Noah Blackwell, the 20 ride of Aiden Lucas, the 19 ride right there as well of Dylan Carrier, gonna all slide around the 89, and now you see them getting another opportunity here at corner number 4 as the 79 up into the outside fence ever so slightly right there, and another one on the outside groove, making a mistake, opening the door for those drivers to make the move, and unfortunately for Danny White, he slides now outside the top end on the racetrack. As Landon Burbage now leading the way of that outside lane, but the Premier Racing Setups teammate right there, nose to tail, 1, 2, and 3 of them now putting the pressure onto the back bumper of that 2 ride. Ryan Holler in the 99 still leading the inside lane as the Rush truck centers. Cummings, number 99 ride, trying to stay out in front. Continue to get a great shove here from the 72 of Jonathan Gaston. They got the 4 rider Reese Kelva still there on the inside lane. They've been working well together for a lot of this race, especially Kelva in that 72 ride of Gaston, as they've been lined up nose to tail right from the drop of the green flag. And look out! Oh, baby! Applegate almost going around right there, got very squirrely. Down through the tri-oval, a little bit of contact. Luckily enough, he was able to keep that car pointed in the right direction and keeps on rolling back here in that 10th position. As man, oh man, oh man, that got very, very hectic in a quick hurry for Mr. Applegate out there on the speedway. And as we continue to see these drivers battle, you do see that 57. He's looking to go to that 3rd lane. He wants to go 3 wide here. He may get some help as Brengruer thinking about going with them, as these drivers know that the laps are counting down and we get closer and closer to our first stage break of the season and our first opportunity for drivers to cash in and get some points here on the season. Albert Anderson says Tucker and I are former teammates. Let's go, Albert. That's nice to know. That's always neat. Good to see you cheering them on and still watching that 49 ride out there on the speedway and doing some amazing things out there as well, as we do see Landon Burbage. Burbage got a great shove from the Premium Stock Car Racing League drivers there on his back bumper, and he quickly jumps down to the inside lane. So a big move for Burbage as he leaves the outside groove open to those 3 teammates there to his outside as he jumps down in front of the 99 of Ryan Holler, and going to try to use that inside groove to maybe try to pick up this first stage win of the season. You still see Applegate back here. Applegate still making moves, still trying to find ways to get towards the front of the field. The 98 ride says thank you. Caden Gargiulo from the rear of the field now up towards the front. He's going to jump in line here as they go a little 3 wide as the 57 couldn't quite hold that outside lane. 3 wide down in that corner. One, he'll fall back in line, but now he's the 5th car in line here in that outside lane as Ryan Holler starting to move around the 72 ride, dancing around there as well, as all these drivers trying to put themselves in position to potentially pick up a big green and white checkered flag here at our first stage win of the season. As nice and easy down and across the line, we will see lap number 20 jump up and onto the board. Now it's not the start of lap number 20, it is the completion of lap number 20. So we're going to get one more time around here before we see the end of stage number 1 in the inside lane, starting to prove that it has got the momentum, it has got the speed, and they are starting to pull away from all the Premium Stunt Car Racing League drivers on that outside lane. As the premier team, unfortunately, sliding backwards, they have their teammate down to the inside. Jordan Hand back there just on the outside of the top 10. Looking in here, but the inside lane really working well, but things getting a little broken up right there. Jordan Hand has to kind of get bent out of shape and roll into that throttle. That's going to bring the 25 right closer to his back bumper. Is out in front and out of corner number 4. Down across the line, you do see the 72 rider, Jonathan Gasson. He's going to jump to the outside lane here. He's looking for a big run, trying to get to the outside of the 99 rider, Ryan Haller. He's not going to be able to get there, as we will see. I do believe the caution flag will fly for the stage number 1. Going to come out here in this one, as don't see the caution flag as of yet. We're still waiting for that yellow flag. Nothing on my list here yet. I do believe it was lap number 20 and 40 for these stage breaks, but the caution flag did not come out right there. So an interesting one. That's an interesting one. I'm not sure. We just weren't throwing the caution flag for these stage breaks. Let me double check here, chat. Let me double check. I do believe stages were 20 and 40. Okay, stage number 1, no caution flag. The second stage will be a caution. All right, there we go. All right, so we did see that in there now. I'm glad that they finally put that in there. As yes, stages will be 2 stages out there on the racetrack. Stage 1, no caution. The second stage will be a caution flag. So no yellow flag there for that first stage, but we did see the number 2 rider, Landon Burbage, pick up the first stage win here this afternoon. The 99 Ryan Haller coming home there in second in that stage. Jonathan Gasson, who's now our race leader, he came home third there in that first stage with Reese Kelva, Noah Blackwell, Melvin Brangruer, Dylan Carrier, Grant Applegate, I do believe, picking up the final spot there. Caden Gargiulo, and I believe it might have been Romano picking up one of those points as well, potentially the 20 right. I'm not sure where they all finished there at the end of the line there for the first stage coming to a close. As the outside lane still struggling here. The outside lane trying to work together here. They're all lined up here as Grant Applegate right in the middle of the Premier Racing Setups teammates out there on the speedway. Is that first stage, no caution flag, making things a little bit more spicy here on the season. And the Redemption Motorsports team all working well together on the outside lane here, and they're rolling together. And actually, looking at the Discord here, it does seem like Reese Kelva, also part of the Redemption Motorsports team here as well this year. So Kelva may be that 5th driver, part of the team here in the machine, as Aiden Lucas, Dylan Carrier, Jordan Hand, and Noah Blackwell up there on that outside loop. Now you see the 9 right. He's going to join him as he'll jump out there and see if he can find a little speed and try to help that outside lane out, as they want to try to pull up door to door once again with that outside lane. And now talking about no caution flags, it's a heartbreaker for the 13 ride of Michael Ponder Jr. as Ponder trying to stay on the lead lap. If we were to see that first stage caution flag, that would have put the 13 ride back onto the tail end of the field here, and he'd be on the lead lap battling here this afternoon. But now he finds himself potentially going a lap down as Wyatt Mickelson. If he sees that 13 machine go a lap down, then he will definitely not get another lap back out there on the racetrack. And they also got the 8 ride, and Nathan Brookover here. Brookover is actually back of the pack here. So that is our top 25. They're all still kind of right there within the draft here. Obviously, the back of the pack a little bit more broken up. Drivers trying to take it easy, trying to make it to a green flag pit stop, trying to get lined up with their teammates. Everyone trying to get ready for this first potential green flag pit stop here coming up, as I know these drivers are going to be finding their way down pit side here in a quick hurry with no stage break there, no caution flag. This is going to be interesting. It's Benjamin Crook. What's good, Benjamin? Benjamin coming in, says there ain't no dirt on that track. There's a little bit of dirt there on the front straightaway. They just threw some grass above it, brother. Hey, man, we got to do a little bit of everything. Got to keep the lights on, the build bait up here, and we racing here, and whether it's boxcar racing, snail racing, or whatever it is, we'll jump into the broadcast booth and put on a show for all the fans in the stands. As out in front, you see the Premier Racing Setups teammates working well together here once again, and now you see the 18 ride. That is Noah Blackwell. He's inside group. He was outside. That's his teammate Dylan Carrier, and we got a good look here at Dylan Carrier right there on the racetrack. Because here you go, a couple drivers headed down pit side here on lap number 26. And we see our first wave of green flag pit stops here. William Connolly, Nick Tucker, Brian Underwood, Josh Crider, Nathan Brookover, Gleason, Jordan Crider, Chris Getz, all headed down pit road. We're going to get some service done. You see the 8 rider Brookover unfortunately missing his stall. Had to throw that thing into reverse, trying to get some work done to it and try to get rolling here once again is Mr. Winker. What's good, K-Dub? K-Dub coming in showing the love as well. Says, what's going on, Peacemaker Gaming? Love some super speedway racing. Yes, Sirski. Always amazing seeing some super speedway racing. As K-Dub coming in with the like on the stream. Sean's Detail also coming in with that thumbs up on the broadcast. I appreciate that, fellas, showing the love here in this one. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button on the stream, hit that share, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, become part of the Peacemaker family here today. As we did see a lot of these drivers come back out of pit lane, and they were really broken up here. Now that's one of the big things about trying to make green flag pit stops here at a super speedway. You want to kind of stay bunched together. You want to come in with your teammates, you want to leave with your teammates, and continue to try to have that draft and stay lined up together so you don't lose too much time out there on the racetrack. And unfortunately for a few of these drivers, they are losing a lot of time. Ben Gleason down pit side here by himself. Brian Underwood has been down pit road for quite a while here. I want to say Underwood may have ended up with a pit road penalty right here, because he came down pit side and now finds himself at least a lap, maybe even gonna go potentially 2 laps down here, as he's not gonna have any dancing partners, any help out there on the speedway. And finally comes back out onto the racetrack. That was a very long pit stop there for the 6 machine, and that may hurt his opportunity of picking up a checkered flag here this afternoon. We'll have to wait and see if he can rebound from that, as our lead pack still yet to come down pit road here. These guys continue to battle at the front of the field as Noah Blackwell, Landon Burbage, Dylan Carrier right there together. We were talking about Dylan Carrier. Let's see if we can jump on board here with this number 19 ride and take a look and see what he's doing out there on the racetrack. You get a great look in here at the 19 ride as you see more drivers start to nosedive down to pit road. So more drivers headed down pit side here with the 19 and the Redemption teammates still staying out there on the speedway, not coming down pit side as of yet, as Ryan Haller doing a great job right now working to the pit side here of that 19 machine. Dylan Carrier trying to hang on to this thing as he's going to slide down the racetrack. He's going to make it a little bit more single file. He'll get back in line underneath of that 99 ride here, and it's looking like maybe this time by we're going to see these guys head down pit road as you get a great look on board here with Dylan Carrier out there on the racetrack. And we'll see if he decides to make the call here, him and his teammates potentially heading down pit road anytime soon, as lap number 30 up and onto the board. So it looks like they're going to complete 30 laps to see the 18 ride headed in there with a big head of steam. Now here comes the 19 quickly to his back bumper. They got to get checked up. They got to get down to pit road speed, and luckily enough, they're able to do that for the most part. As take a look back here through all these drivers, as everybody coming down pit side here, almost the entire field making those green flag pit stops. We'll have to wait and see where they kind of get lined up and where they roll back out there onto the racetrack. Is a shout out there as Dylan having the webcam turned on for us. A great group of drivers here. You take a look at them, there's all of the webcams from these drivers. There's so many amazing drivers that have their webcams turned on for us here this afternoon. We'll try to go through all of them, but we do see Reese Calva right there in the middle, Noah Blackwell down in the middle bottom. That is Nick Tucker in the bottom right, Landon Burbage in the bottom left there. Melvin Brangruer there in the middle right, and to the left of the 4 right there in Mr. Calva in the middle left-hand side. That is Josh Crider. Crider there as well in these webcams. And then top right, I'm not too sure who the top right driver is. I'm not too sure. I don't have a name under the label for that driver. So if anyone knows who that is in the top right-hand corner, please let me know. As in the middle of the top end, that is Brian Underwood, and then we see that 19 ride of Dylan Carrier in there as well. As, man, these green flag pit stops really breaking things up out there on the racetrack. Things are really starting to get a little messed up here, but we're going to see the 79 ride, who was our race leader, down pit road. I do believe this will complete our green flag pit stops here on the afternoon, as here comes Grant Applegate. Applegate potentially going to take this race lead down the back straightaway, and it looks like he will. So Applegate, they're on those green flag pit stops. He comes out as our race leader. Landon Burbage right there with him in position number 2. The one ride of Nate Siefker going to come out in position number 3. Now, I wonder if that's Nate Siefker in that one webcam there. I'm not 100% sure, but I didn't get any labels there, so I'd love to know that one. As we do see Ryan Haller right there behind him in position number 4. There's Dylan Carrier in that 5th position. Noah Blackwell, he's back in that 6th position on the racetrack here. Kingtown is our race leader, unfortunately, now back in position number 6, and really he's got to wait for a couple of his teammates to try to pick him up here, as he's got not a lot of dancing help around him right now, hoping to try to catch that tail draft off the 19 ride, as you see drivers back there behind them trying to get lined up, trying to get things rolling here, and trying to find some dancing partners to get to the end of stage number 2. Is Jordan Crider back there in 7th. Josh Crider right there with him in the 8th position. Danny White back there in 9th, and Chris Getz now rounding out our top 10 here on the racetrack. The 20 of Aiden Lucas, the 89 of Melvin Brengler, the 4 of Reese Calva back in 13th. Jordan Hind there in 14th, with Benjamin Romano back in position number 15. A bit of a gap back to the 75 ride, as the Old Dogs are racing number 75 of Jesse Graham there in the 16th position, as Farrell Robbins back behind him, quite a ways behind him here, about 6, almost 7 seconds behind that 75 ride, as Farrell Robbins sits there in 17th. Jonathan Gasson, his teammate, right there behind him in the 18th position. Nick Tucker back there in 19th, and then you see that number 8 ride of Nathan Brookover rounding out our top 20 here, is Caden Gargiulo. Gargiulo still on the lead lap here, but he is about 34 seconds back of our race leader, scored in that 21st position. Matthew Wood, he's trying to stay on the lead lap here, as he's about 47 seconds back of our race leaders, and they're rolling up to him in a quick hurry here, so he could potentially go a lap down. The first driver 1 lap down out there on the racetrack is the 25 ride here of William Connolly. Connolly is going to stay with that lead group, as the 16 ride gets right up the racetrack, up into the outside fence there a little bit, and he will no longer be in the lead lap, and he is not in that free pass position. He's up right now. Ben Gleason unfortunately finds himself a lap down, as well as Brian Underwood in the 6th machine, and if Underwood isn't careful, he could potentially go 2 laps down here before the end of this stage, as Michael Ponder Jr. also a lap down, multiple laps down here actually for the 13 ride now, and Wyatt Mickelson also multiple laps down in that 10 machine. As out in front, it's now Dylan Carrier, the outside lane working well together here once again. It's Dylan Carrier and Noah Blackwell, teammates, been locked together here all afternoon for majority of this race. They've been working well together, and again we find them battling up towards the front of the field here, as stage number 2 going to quickly come to a close here. Only about 5 more laps left to go before the stage comes to an end, and we hand out some more points. One more bonus playoff point up for grabs, as we saw that 2 rider Landon Burbage pick up stage win number 1 here this afternoon, but no caution flag for that stage break, and he's hoping to see the 2nd stage win here of the season as well for that 2 machine. But Grant Applegate right now leading the way. Carrier trying to get to his outside, as the 18 ride looking to give him a big push here down and out at corner number 2. As Ryan Haller right there as well. Haller came home 2nd in that first stage, and Ryan Haller right there still inside the top 4, top 5 out there on the racetrack. Haller's been having himself a wonderful day here at the Speedway, and we talked about Ryan Haller last season towards the end there, continued to get faster and better and better and better. The consistency was really starting to shine and show for that Roush Truck Center's 99 ride of Ryan Haller, and here he is up inside the top 5 in leading laps here this afternoon and putting on a great show for us. As hey, it's Kev, always doing some great things for us, and we got to give a shout out there to Ryan Haller and hey, it's Kev as well for being one of our amazing sponsors here with this series. So a huge shout out there to him as well. As man, absolutely amazing racing here at Daytona International Speedway, man. These guys have been putting on a heck of a show as the Heyitskevcustoms number 99 rider Ryan Haller rolls there in that 5th position. He's got the High Rock number 1 ride there to his outside of Nate Seifker. Seifker trying to stay up inside the top 5 here as well. A great kind of rebound for him. He fell back early on but bounced back here, and he's right there within striking distance as our top about 12 drivers or so, all right here tied together as you do see Benjamin Romano, Melvin Brengruer there at the back of this pack. A few of those drivers in this battle are not fighting for really position, but they're fighting for one position, and that is a free pass position. As you look deeper here, you see Ben Gleason, who is unfortunately a lap down and quite far away from being in that free pass spot. So the battle is really down to William Connolly and Matthew Wood right now. Connolly in the 25 ride in that free pass position. He is currently the first driver 1 lap down out there on the racetrack, where Matthew Wood in the number 16 machine, the Racers for Christ ride, trying to go to maybe make this 3 wide into the outside of the 20 ride. He's back in 23rd, and unfortunately right now he is 1 spot shy of the free pass position, but we'll have to wait and see down across the line who will get that spot and who will put themselves into position to get around here during our first stage break of the afternoon. Caden Gargiulo about half a straightaway or so away as well from potentially going a lap down here himself. The 6th ride, Brian Underwood already a lap down, trying not to go 2 laps down here, sits there in the 25th position, and quickly this 3-car pack is getting ran down from our race leaders, and if they can catch them, that could put a couple drivers into even tougher positions. But I do believe this time by we will see the green and white checkered flag as stage number 2 going to come to a close, and out in front picking up that 2nd stage win here on the evening is the Premier Racing Setups Phoenix Esports number 19 ride of Dylan Carrier. Carrier picking up that 2nd stage win here this afternoon. A great run and a great drive there for the 19 ride and picking up that stage win. Now having those kind of in his back pocket here, not only for the rest of this race, but those extra points to try to maybe earn his way into the playoffs through those points, but also that 1 playoff point going to the 19 ride as well. The oh so important playoff points. We saw the 16 ride of Matthew Wood use those all the way through our playoffs going into that championship race, but unfortunately for Wood, he fell a little bit short not only of that championship here last season, but he also fell a little bit short here on this caution flag for the free pass position, as the free pass will go to that 25 right of William Connolly. So Connolly will get the wave around and back onto the lead lap. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to see Matthew Wood try to play a little bit of different strategy, maybe stay out and use the wave around to get around the field here and have to make a green flag pit stop in 15, 20 laps or so, or does he come down pit side with everybody else, or does somebody stay out and keep him trapped the lap down? Tons of different strategy that's going to be played out here in this one, but we're going to get to see this field all stacked back together, everyone right back there with each other on the racetrack. As we're going to get ready, we're going to try to pull this number 19 ride of Dylan Carrier up and into the broadcast booth here for little in-race interview. A great run and a great drive and picking up that stage win. We'll wait and see if he heads down pit side here this time. If he is heading down pit road, we're not going to pull him in until he's done his pit stop, but we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see if we can get him in here and see if we can get him up there into a little something here. Let's see here. Alrighty, so we do see everybody pretty much head down pit road, knowing to stay out on the racetrack. Is the sparks coming out of that one ride right there. Hopefully that everything is a-okay there for them as drivers headed down pit side. They're getting some fuel, maybe some tires, trying to roll back out there onto the racetrack. Here comes the 19, the 18 rolls back out as well as we see a couple of drivers stay out, but looking for the wave arounds. They're looking for the free pass here in this one as we'll get ready to pull our Stage 2 winner. Dylan Carrier up here into the broadcast booth. He's rolling out there on the racetrack. Let's get him up here in the broadcast booth. Let me quickly see if we can slide him in here as there he is. Hey Dylan, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. They get a copy?
I got you loud and clear, good sir.
Dylan, man, a great run and a great drive there as you're able to pick up stage win number 2 this afternoon. Take us through this race so far. What's going through your mind as you're able to earn that first stage win for yourself on the season early on, and also getting that, most important playoff point to use here in a few months from now?
Yeah, it feels good. Car feels fast. Team's working pretty well together. It's been overall a great, clean race. Jordan with that nice save there when that little kerfuffle at the beginning of the race, but so far we've been, the cars feel good. I feel really, really fast. Maybe I can get a redemption for last week and maybe go up there and win this thing. And yeah, that playoff point's also important.
Yeah, absolutely. Playoff points always very important here as we'll get ready for this restart, the first restart of the afternoon, but we see you and the 18, your teammate there of Noah Blackwell, really working well together here tonight. Now we saw the 20 ride in there, a little bit of Aiden Lucas, and we saw Jordan Hand for a little bit there with you, but they kind of got broken up there throughout some of the issues on the racetrack, and then obviously with some of the drivers running into problems there, throughout the green flag pit stops. But you and the 18 have been pretty much locked together here from the drop of the green flag.
Yeah, we emphasize, the team working together this race, and we've trying to keep it all together as much as possible. But sometimes people kind of put a wrench between, in that plan. And me and Noah just happened to be linked up perfectly there, and we just shot to the front. I don't know if you've seen it earlier, but me, Noah, and Aiden were 3 wide, and we just took it right up the middle, and we went from the back to the front. So
We did.
I feel very confident in these. Yeah, I feel very confident in these Redemption Motorsports cars, and we're getting ready to go back green. So hopefully we can put one of our cars in victory lane today.
Now another quick question here before I let you go. Is Reese Kelma part of the Redemption crew as well there? I do see him in the Discord with you guys, and I know he's been right up there looking for maybe his first win here with the premium stock car racing.
He's not on the team. He has his own team. It's I don't remember what the team's called off the hand. I'm sorry, Reese.
Powerhouse Motorsports.
Yeah, it's just him on that team currently. He's looking for drivers, and we told him he could hang out with us until he got a group of drivers, and he's just in there hanging out with us.
Nice. Well, I just want to double check on that one and get some clarification there. But I mean, hey, nice guys. But sometimes finish first, and maybe we'll see you guys get a little bit of redemption and a little bit of good luck for having the 4 wide join you guys up there in the Discord. But Dylan, good luck. Have fun out there, and hopefully we'll see you back up here in the broadcast booth at the end of the race.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for the number 19 ride. Dylan Carrier are going to get ready here for this restart as things are locked and loaded. Drivers ready to go to battle here once again. Shout out there to Dylan Carrier having the webcam on and jumping up here and joining us for the stage break right there is stage number 2 coming to a close. And then we see our final run here. About 60 laps of green flag racing is down across the line. They'll actually click off lap number 44. So 6 laps of potential flag racing here to the checkered flag, but you gotta keep in the back of your mind the big one's right. Do we see these drivers run into a problem that could potentially take a lot of these cars out of the so far? Everyone's been pretty clean and green. Things have been very kind of, tame for the most part out there on the racetrack. No big wrecks, no big issues for a lot of these drivers, not a lot of heavy damage either. So no one's had to use their quick repair, which could come in handy, especially late in this race now. If something does happen, if your car does get totaled or anything else, you're still able to roll and get yourself down pit road. You can get that car quickly repaired and right back out onto the racetrack. You may lose some track position, but your night will not be over. So that quick repair could come here for a lot of competitors this afternoon. But you get tied up in a couple incidences, your car gets totaled a couple times, your night can end in a quick hurry. So I'm going to see how efficient or how fast these guys are, how tough they're going to be out there on the racetrack here, especially over the next 20, 30, 40 laps, and get closer and closer to that checkered flag. It may be 10 laps left to go before we really start to see intensity building. Drivers starting to push the subject and push a little bit tough, a little bit harder, a little bit farther into the corners, being a little bit rougher and tougher out there on the racetrack in those closing laps. Now, normally we see things start to build up intensity after the second stage, but I feel like these drivers, they know they have a lot of time left to roll out there on the racetrack. There's still a lot of laps left here this evening. The lights are just starting to turn on here at Daytona International Speedways. The sun is just starting to set. That means, things are just about to start to heat up here. As the sun does set, things heat up at the racetrack, and wild things can happen here in a quick hurry. So we'll have to keep an eye out on all of these drivers and what they're doing here on the speedway. As you do see those two Premier Racing Setups, Redemption Motorsports rides continue to work well together. Shout out there to Dylan as well with the Phoenix Esports crew, being another one of our sponsors here with the Premium Stock Car Racing League. Rolling back there in position number 2 on the racetrack right now, trying to help his teammate out here and continue to lead some laps. And there's also a little bit more on the line here. If you can pick up the lead here on that halfway marker, the driver that gets lap number 50 at the completion of lap number 50 can earn themselves an extra $5 this afternoon as well. So an extra $5 on the line here in the next couple of laps, and that's going to make things that much more interesting than when you add in, the most laps led and everything else, and then on $105 on the line for the Dash for Cash as well. Definitely makes things a little bit more spicy out there on the racetrack, as each and every one of these guys, man, $100 is $100 to throw in your back pocket. $5 to leave at the halfway marker. $5 is $5, man. That's a that's a Happy Meal or something. That's a subscription here to the Peacemaker family or the Peacemaker crew over there on YouTube or Facebook or anything else. And that extra $5 can go a long ways nowadays. So let's keep an eye on who can lead the completion of lap number 50. Who can find their way out in front is Brody Howard. Brody coming in, hitting that follow button, becoming a brand new member of the Peacemaker family. Brody, welcome into the family over there on the live stream. How are you, brother? How you doing this afternoon? And welcome in to the family here on Peacemaker Gaming. Dropping that follow here on the broadcast as these guys continue to battle door to door down across the line. Lap number 50 up and onto the board here. So that means only one more time around until we settle the $5 on the line for the leader at the halfway moment here this afternoon. Who can lead halfway through this race? Who can put that cash into their back pocket? Out in front, it's Noah Blackwell. Blackwell looking to cash in and earn that extra little payday here this evening, but working to his outside lane is that 57 of Grant Applegate. Applegate looking to try to jump up here and steal it away from him, as the 2 of Landon Burbage right there, as well as, here comes that 20 Ryan. He's starting to work his way back up towards the front of the field. It's Aiden Lucas, but down into the tri-oval and across the line here at the completion of lap number 50. It is the 18 of Noah Blackwell. Blackwell will pick up the $5 payday here for leading the halfway moment this afternoon. as that brings us to our halfway point here in this race. 50 laps down and 50 laps left to go here this afternoon. Who will find their way into victory lane? Who will earn themselves the first win of our regular season points this afternoon, as each and every one of these drivers wanting to get off to a hot start, and some of these drivers trying to earn that extra payday with the Rollin Wieners this evening. And Blackwell Carrier still lined up nose to tail. They've been working well with that 4-wide Heyitskevcustoms. Kelva right there in position number 3 as they're 3 wide back there behind our race leader. 3 wide as here comes another pair of the Premier Racing setups. Teammates here at the front of the field, the Redemption Motorsports crew. Now 2 cars leading the outside lane, 2 cars leading the inside lane as Aiden Lucas and Norton push their way down the middle, and now battling door to door with their Redemption teammates for the race lead is the 57. Unfortunately, no one to his back bumper here. He's going to slide back into about the 10th position here on the racetrack as Ryan Haller right there to his inside. Haller still up inside the top 10, having himself a great day here at the Speedway. It's always good to see some of these drivers, you know, really start to shine here throughout the season and early on in the season. Seeing the night improving and having a good run, man. We love to see that, as he had a bit of a rough go last season. Really started to shine there later on, and now we find him battling here for potentially a race win. Noah Blackwell out in front, leading the way here in this one, as ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we just crossed that halfway moment. You see them getting a little squirrely as the airplane landed there in the background. Well, good thing this is in Florida, not in Washington, D.C. or Philadelphia. I'm just kidding. That's a bad joke right there, Aaron. That's a bad joke. As these guys leading just past the halfway moment, we're going to jump into a quick Peacemaker Gaming crank it up, as hang on to the 57 ride, getting very squirrely there at a corner number 4. Luckily enough for Applegate, he's able to hang on to it. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite driver as we crank it up here on Peacemaker Gaming. Crank it up section. These drivers giving us the sights and sounds here around Daytona International Speedway. Huge shout out to each and every one of them for putting on a heck of a show right there for us, as we do see our second caution flag of the day that's going to fly. So our second yellow flag going to come out here during the Peacemaker game. Crank it up, as that will bring it to a close here, and we'll get ready to see these drivers duke it out for the rest of this afternoon. But right now, we do see that High Rock Vodka #1 ride going for a bit of a spill here down through the dry oval. That #1 rider, Nate Siefker, having a great run so far on the afternoon. There's some contact. He unfortunately goes down and around. He ends up on top of the 6th rider, Brian Underwood. Heavy damage there for Underwood, and Ryan Holler, who we talked about having himself a great day. Nowhere for him to go. Holler's rolling the inside groove here, just minding his own business. They make contact there. Let's take a look back. Let's play this back just a little bit more, as it looks like the 6th ride of Underwood gets a big run, jumps down to the middle groove here underneath the 1 ride, and unfortunately comes back down across the nose of the 6, down into the 99. Ryan Holler, a good piece of driving there by Holler, keeping that thing pointed in the right direction. Unfortunately, the 1 noses it hard up into the outside fence. Nowhere to go as the 6 ride slams into him right there as well. Heavy damage for both Brian Underwood and that 1 machine. You see the 75 able to catch that car, keep it rolling in the right direction. Everyone else able to dive down low and avoid any additional contact with that #1 ride. Let's play this one back and see if we can jump on board here with Nate Siefker. Siefker, just really nothing for him to do here. He's trying to keep himself in line with the 66. Unfortunately, a big run coming from behind him here, and contact being made, and around he goes in heavy damage. Both him and that 6 ride of Underwood is here you go, right about here. There's the contact. He gets turned back up into the wall. Heavy hit right there, and unfortunately here that bottom end going out of that 1 ride, and he's had to take that car down pit side to get it repaired, and using that quick repair early on in this race. Unfortunately, not where you want to be, as everyone did head down pit side. Everyone getting some repairs done and making sure that their cars are topped up on fuel. Maybe some extra tires thrown onto their rides as well. They're getting ready to try to make a charge here at the end, looking to try to put themselves into a winning position this afternoon. As we did see, I do believe Matthew Wood going to get that free pass here, as Wood will get back onto the lead lap. Ben Gleason still a lap down, back in 22nd. Brian Underwood having to use that quick repair. The 6 ride, who was potentially going to be in the battle for that free pass position. I think that's why he was trying to race his way up towards the front of the field, trying to put himself into the position to gain that lucky dog. Unfortunately, being a part of that caution flag nullifies him, even if he was in that lucky dog position. So for Underwood, he will stay a lap down. Nathan Brookover also a lap down in that 8 ride. Nate Siefker, who's still down on pit lane getting this car repaired, and unfortunately had to tow it back down pit road. He is going to go a lap down, potentially going to go multiple laps down here if he doesn't get rocking and rolling on the racetrack. We did see the 10 ride of Wyatt Mickelson, who missed the start of this race. Unfortunately, did not jump out there until probably about 10 laps or so into this race, and now finds himself multiple laps down. Same with Michael Ponder Jr. Michael came down pit road here early on in this race here. In this final run, we saw him run into some problems. We can go back and see what happened here to Michael Ponder. We saw him down pit road, kind of by his lonesome here for multiple laps. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to take a look and see this 13 ride, where this problem happens. Looks like this is going to be a long trip here. We may have to even go farther back, as he was down pit side for a very long time, and now multiple laps down. Here we go. We may get a good look at it right here. Let's take a look at Michael Ponder. This is him down pit road. Play it back a little bit. See if we can get another look at it. Doesn't look like any damage on the car. Came down pit road not once, but twice there. Maybe even 3 times. He was continuously just going down pit road here. I'm not sure what went wrong with the 13 ride. I was hoping to see if he got into the fence or anything else, but I on that car, he was right there with the group for a little while. Then came down pit road multiple times, was down pit road for an extended period of time. Now finds himself back in the 27th position, and multiple laps down here in this race. Same with Heyitskevcustoms. Heyitskevcustoms still down on pit lane here. The number 1 machine, the High Rock Ride. Not the way he wanted his season to start here this evening, as he's back now in 26. Wyatt Mickelson has rolled around him, so Mickelson now into the 25th position on the racetrack. So we'll get him stacked up, we'll get him racked up, we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing here in this one. Is about 70 laps complete here as we get ready to go back to battle. The green flag about to come back in. 70 laps down, 30 laps of racing left to go here, and now we get ourselves a regular Saturday night shootout here. A 30-lap dash for cash here, a 30-lap feature event left here this afternoon. So 30 laps to try to find your way up and into victory lane here this evening. A lot of drivers still within striking distance, still having that possibility of putting themselves into the winning spot here this evening. We'll have to wait and see who can find their way into victory lane, or who will try to knock any of these drivers out of their way to find themselves a trip into the victory lane here in the Speedways, picking up the Farrell Robbins 200 feature event win this afternoon and getting the season started off on the right foot and automatically locking yourself into our playoffs is a huge step and a huge break, as it really opens up the rest of the season to potentially just go after checkered flags, play different strategies, try to earn different stage points and everything else, and really allows you to try and do some different things that you wouldn't do if you can't find yourself in victory lane. You don't find yourself in victory lane here in the first race or the first 10 races or the first 15 races. You know, you're going to want to try different strategies and try to earn as many points as possible and put yourself into that position to pick up a solid run and a couple of solid good finishes and just trying to find your way into victory lane. So to get that out of the way here on night number 1 is what every single one of these drivers is going to hope for, as we do see one driver down onto the apron here, down through the grass. I'm not sure who that was. I think it was Danny White. Yeah, Danny White shoots down the back straightaway, down through the grass here on the backstretch. Oh man, I don't know what happened here. Let's take another look at it, see if we can get a good angle at what happens here to the 79 ride. It looks like he's going to get a good shot to the back bumper right there. Things going to get log jammed as the 2 gets into him. You're going to see the 9 ride there, the Napa Auto Parts car right on the bottom end. He's going to get hard into the 2 ride. It kind of gets the 2 a little squirrely, as the 79 was already a little squirrely from the initial bump from the 2 ride. And unfortunately, all that kinetic energy just going into the back bumper into an already unbalanced 79. And that's what gets the 79 of Danny White bent out of shape down through the infield grass here. Everyone else rolling down into corner number 3 here. Unfortunately, he's just trying to keep that momentum up, trying to not cause a caution flag or take himself out here, and then he's gonna go for a slide again. That conversion going from the grass, getting all that dirt and everything else onto your tires, and then back out onto the pavement. We see it time and time again where drivers will just lose that rear end, and unfortunately for Danny White, he loses a ton of time there, and now he is way behind our lead pack here. Now it may be a good spot to be. We don't know if the big one will strike here any moment in time, and right now he's kind of in the middle of the field here, where he's potentially going to go a lap down here if we don't see another quick caution flag. He's probably going to have about 10, 15, maybe 20 laps of racing out there, as he's currently 23 seconds behind our race leaders. But right now he's just going to kind of count his pennies, make sure that that car is good and it's safe, and he's able to keep on racing and just hope for potentially a caution flag to get back into the before he goes a lap down, or if he does go a lap down where he can try to hold on to that lucky down on the speedway. As Aiden Lucas now leading the way here in this one. Reese Calva right there with the camera in position number 2. Noah Blackwell there in 3rd. Then we see Ryan Haller leading the outside lane back there in position number 4. Nick Tucker on his back bumper as the 49 ride battling his way back to the front of the field after his almost spin early in this race, as him and the 11 of Jordan Hand got tied together down through 1 and 2. A great safety earlier for the 49 and the 11 ride to keep us out of our first caution flag of the day. That was all the way back in stage number 1, and here he is rebounding back up to the front of the field now. He came into the chat early in this race as well, and Nick Tucker Racing over there on YouTube said the number 49 ride is going to win this thing. Maybe a premonition out of the 49 ride is look out! Oh, Reese Calva almost going around right there. Calva almost going for a wide ride himself down into corner number 1. As a couple of the drivers that he's hanging out with in the Discord get tied together. Things get a little stacked up down the inside lane, and all of a sudden now we see the outside lane pulling out in front. The 99er Ryan Haller will jump down in front of the Premier Racing Setups Redemption Motorsports crew here, and he will lead us down through quarter 3 and out of 4. He's looking to hold on to that race lead. Looking to try to take it away from him here as they're going to go side by side down through the tri-oval. The outside lane will prevail as Nick Tucker will lead that lap. So Tucker out in front now in the 49 ride. As Ryan Haller sitting there in position number 2, still battling for the race lead. We talked about how Ryan Haller's been having himself a great day in that Rush Truck Centers number 99 ride. Has been hooked up and very, very fast all evening long, and now has a group of fast cats right there behind him here as he's got that number 20 of Aiden Lucas on his back bumper. He's Calva back there, third in that line, and then we see Noah Blackwell and Dylan Carrier right there as well. Matthew Wood also, after going a lap down early in this race during that first green flag pit stop, he went a lap down there in the 16 machine, now back onto the lead lap after getting the free pass during that last caution flag, and we see Matthew Wood up inside the top 10 here. So great rebound day for the 16 ride as well, being able to bounce back and right back into the racing action. In the battle at the front of the field is the 8 ride there behind him. That is Nathan Brookover. Brookover currently leading the lap down drivers and sits in that free pass position. So Brookover looking to try to get that lap back if we see another caution flag, potentially putting himself back into contention here this afternoon as Brian Underwood in the 6 ride. He sits back in position number 24. He's a second car, 1 lap down. Nate Siefker, who's back out there on the racetrack, he's got no dancing partners with him right now, but the 1 ride, multiple laps down here with Wyatt Mickelson and Michael Ponder Jr. back there behind that number 1 machine. There's a lot of drivers already having few issues here throughout the evening, but we're yet to see the big one. As we'll keep an eye on all the action at the front of the field, we'll take a look back and see that number 79 ride of Danny White. Danny still no dancing partners here himself after that bit of a wild ride down the back straightaway into quarter number 3 right there. Now a little bit of rear end damage as well for the Old Dogs Racing, the Gasson's iRacing Graphics 79 ride of Danny White. Now as he kind of got recollected and started rolling there again. He was about 20 seconds or so behind our race leaders, and he's given up a lot of time out there on the racetrack, nearly a second or 2 out there on the racetrack, and unfortunately that's a lot of time to give up to our race leaders. And it's actually more like 2 seconds, maybe even almost 3 seconds slower than our race leaders out there on the racetrack, and they're quickly catching up to him. He's about 40 seconds behind our race leaders as they're 3 wide here at the front of the field. Look what we get to tune into. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you came here for a show? Well, here you go. As they were 3 wide there at the front of the field, the 16 machine trying to get a big run, but look at the 98. Oh, baby, contact down the back straightaway. As of yet, no caution flag. There it is. Caution flag back out onto the racetrack. A great break for Danny White as Danny was bound to go a lap down right there himself. Luckily enough, he's able to stay out and on the lead lap and staying in that 21st position as Caden Gargiulo running into a whole world of pain right here. They were 3 wide out of corner number 2. We saw the 98 ride scrub the outside fence here. He gets really bent out of shape, bounces it off the wall right there. The 57 scraping it a little bit there himself. This is just going to really get things out of whack here as the 57 rolls out of the throttle. He also got a piece of the outside fence. The 98 still on the throttle here, gets into the back end of Grant Applegate, helps him into the wall a little bit more, and this is just going to make things get a little bit wild here. And oh no, that's the 19 ride. Look out, Dylan Carrier. He gets a little contact in with the 98 ride, bounces it slightly off of Grant Applegate, still trying to catch it, still trying to keep it pointed the right direction. Finally comes back down, collects the 98. They both get sideways, spinning down through the middle of the back straightaway. The 19 able to catch it and keep that thing pointing the right direction. Unfortunately for the 98, he does go around, and that's where we see the caution flag fly. Now, great work by everybody else in the field here. There was a lot of drivers that were all around this, just trying to avoid the contact, trying to keep themselves out of this trouble, and unfortunately, we'll take a look back here. Let's play it right back from the beginning here. So you're going to see the 98 right there get into the wall. See the 57. MD loses all that momentum, then they get stacked up here. That's when the 98 comes down into the 19. Now, Dylan Carrier trying to hang on to that ride. See the 98, but look at Landon Burbage. Burbage has a great view of this as he's in behind the 98. He actually makes some of that initial contact with the 98 here to help him go around. Let's see if we can get a look at the number 2's perspective here. See if we can jump on board with that 2 ride of Landon Burbage as he's going to get a great view of this, and all these drivers around them and behind them able to avoid any additional contact here as only these 3 cars really get into it here. 4 cars as Burbage gets a little bit of damage off the beginning there as 57, the 98, and the 19 kind of get tied together and squirrely, and he's able to get onto the binders and avoid that one. Some great driving and some great moves out there on the racetrack to keep that from being really the big one here this afternoon, as it's our second, I do believe, 3-car collection right there, as we saw 3 drivers get tied up in the Nate Siefker in the Ryan Underwood issue there, and we did see another driver get a little contact out of that one, so a bit the same as what Grant Applegate just got. Is we do see Grant down pit road, still getting repairs done to the 57 ride. Caden Gargiulo also down pit road here, getting some work done to the AMSOIL 98 machine, and that's going to put them at the back of the field here for this restart. So they're looking to roll back out there as the restart will get underway here in just a few more moments, as William Connolly leading the way here in this race. Reese Kelba there in second with Jonathan Gaston, Jesse Graham, Dylan Carrier, our top 5. So luckily enough, not too much damage for the 19 ride, and we'll keep on rolling down pit road. A good pit stop, and he finds himself there in that 5th position. The number 49 ride of Nick Tucker will be there in 6th with Ryan Haller, Jordan Hand, Farrell Robbins, and Matthew Wood rounding out our top 10 when we go back to Green Flag Racing. Here in this one is William Connolly leading the way, going to get ready for this restart as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here in just a few more moments. I'm going to get a quick drink into me, and we'll be right back here as the Green Flag about to come back in.
Everybody, engines roaring loud and proud. Track is hot, fans are wild. Speeds are climbing high and fast. Racing dreams are built to last. Drivers ready, hearts are strong. Victory feels like a song. Wheels they spin, rubber burns. Corners come and swiftly turn. Drivers ready, hearts are strong. Victory feels like a song. Wheels they spin, rubber burns. Corners come and swiftly turn. Race to the finish line. Feel the rush, it's time to shine. Pushing metal, pure and fine. In this premium racing grind. Race to the finish line. Feel the rush, it's time to shine. Pushing metal, pure and fine. In this premium racing grind.
Woo! Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here you go. Only 17 more laps left to go in this one as we get ready to go back to battle. As up and through the gears here in the Farrell Robbins 200, we ride on board with Farrell Robbins as we go back to Green Flag Racing here at Daytona International Speedway. As each and every one of these drivers try to race their way towards the front of the field, this is the intensity that we want to feel as drivers know that they're starting to run at a time. Only 17 more laps left to go, but this is where mistakes are made and big ones happen out there on the racetrack. As each and every one of these drivers try to find their way to the front of the field, looking to try to pick up the checkered flag here this evening. We'll have to keep an eye on them and see who can find their way into the top spot here this evening, as we see a couple of drivers getting a little bent out of shape here, as we see everyone starting to build up speed and get to the top speed down the back straightaway, but things get a little bit squirrely there in front of Beryl Robbins. Everyone able to keep themselves pointed in the right direction though, as out in front leading the way it's Reese Kelva. Kelva leads the way, but here comes Jesse Graham. Graham to the outside lane, and the Old Dogs Racing number 75 of Jesse Graham will lead that lap. Graham now leads the way, and they're going to go 3 wide here. Oh, baby, things are getting tight at the front of the field. Things are getting tight in a quick hurry as Reese Calva down low in front of William Connolly will keep that race lead down the back straightaway, as the 75 still trying to get a handle of this car. Getting some big shots to his back bumper from Nick Tucker. Tucker trying to work himself to the front of the field here once again, but trying to help that 75 ride out here. Unfortunately, he's gotten him back out of shape there a couple times. Some big pushes to the back bumper of that 75 ride, and we've been very close to potentially seeing the big one here in this one. Is another big move to the outside 49 as in front includes Kelva, who will lead that lap. We continue to see the 49 ride make some moves and make it 31 here towards the front of the field, and there's another big one. Unfortunately, that 75 of Jesse Graham high and dry, and the 49 will move up into third here, now battling door to door of the 25 down the back straightaway, looking to try to get to the race lead once again here for himself as the 75. He goes to that third lane, and he'll get picked up as the 16 of Matthew Wood and the 2 right of Landon Burbage. They're trying to get that third line working. They're trying to race their way up to the front of the field here, and they're trying to use that open lane to get there. Unfortunately, they get a little broken up right there. The 75 ride doesn't look comfortable up there in that third line, and unfortunately, he'll fall back a little bit farther. As out in front, leading the way here, Jordan Hand and Nick Tucker door to door. This is the first time here this afternoon we saw back at the front of the field, and once again down through 1 and 2. Two drivers that came together early in this race almost brought out caution flag number 1, battling door to door for this race lead. Somehow or another, the Chevy and the Toyota Supra of Tucker and Hand both able to keep themselves pointing in the right direction there during that first little incident that we had on the racetrack, and now we do see Jordan Hand slide down the speedway in front of the 49 right of Nick Tucker. Tucker will slide back into second, but now they're going to leave Hand kind of high and dry. That's going to get that number 79 ride of Danny White bent to the sheet. Danny White, who was bound to go right down before that last caution flag, right up there battling at the front of the field, trying to race his way to the victory lane. Unfortunately, he'll get slid back here. Now looking to try to pick up his teammate as there's the Old Dogs Racing crew lined up right there. And unfortunately, they can't pick up their couple of teammates. As down to the inside, we do see Jonathan Gaston there. He's in about the 7th position on the racetrack right now. 4th in line on the inside groove, and right there behind you see that 19 machine of Ryan Haller as a couple of the Premier Racing Setups teammates working there to the back bumper of that one machine. The one ride is actually multiple laps down here. That's Nate Siefker. Siefker, who's multiple laps down back in the 25th position. He's unfortunately going to move up the racetrack. That's going to allow these guys to kind of get around him, as we do see Noah Blackwell. Blackwell came down pit road right there. I'm not sure what happened to the 18. Now multiple laps down here for Noah Blackwell. This is not the way he wanted things to go this afternoon, as it doesn't look like any damage. Looks like maybe a little bit of left damage here. Play this back. He's going to by himself for quite a few laps here. Quickly throw this in reverse. I'm not sure what happens to the 18. Unfortunately, he does come down pit side now by himself and multiple laps down. And for one of those Redemption Motorsports teammates, definitely not the way he wanted things to go this afternoon. He was leading a lot of laps here this evening. He was out in front for quite a while, as we see things shuffling around here again at the front of the field. Couple drivers at the front of the back. They're getting a little bent out of shape. Nick Tucker, one of those guys, Boxx almost came up into Jordan Hand and almost made contact with that 11 right once again, because that's where you do not want to see the big ones start at the front of the field. There's a lot of drivers, a lot of momentum, and a lot of cats right there that could get tore up and end of this race in a quick win hurry if we see our race leaders get together like that again on the racetrack. As here you go, that third lane starting to build up momentum here again as the 16 ride getting a great shove. That is the number 79 of Danny White on the back bumper here of Matthew Wood, and pushing Wood almost to the front of the field here. He's almost door to door for position number 2 here. 3 wide at the front of the field. I'm not sure how long Danny White can sit there though, as that motor started to overheat. We're almost 3 wide at the front of the field. Will anyone jump up there and help that third lane out, or do we see them slide backwards once again? As here we go, you do see the 11 ride of Jordan Hand. He'll come back down the racetrack here. He'll clear the 49 ride of Nick Tucker. Back in second here, as we do see the 79 of White get up into the outside fence. That third line is unfortunately going to fall apart, but there you go. The 16 of Matthew Wood will find a hole back down low. Fourth in line there on the outside lane. So he'll stay in about the 10th position on the racetrack as Ryan Haller working down to his inside. Here comes that 72 of Jonathan Gaston. Gaston right there looking to try to race his way up towards the front of the field as the inside lane really starting to pull away here a little bit from that second groove. They've really started to open up a couple car length advantage, but now you do see Nick Tucker. He's going to use that to his advantage. Clears the 11 ride, takes over the race lead on the outside lane as they'll go door to door here once again at the front of the field. This time down low, it's Jordan Hand. Up on the high side, it's the 49 ride of Nick Tucker, as you do see Heyitskevcustoms right there. Second in line on that inside groove now has Jonathan Gaston right there on his back bumper, as you see a pair of the teammates right there at the front. Is look out, contact, the big one here at Talladega International Speedway. Dylan Carrier tied up in it. The 11 of Jordan Hand. More drivers down through 3 and 4 getting tore up as it's a parking lot here at Daytona International Speedway. The 9 ride unfortunately tied up here in this one. Ben Gleason, heavy damage, takes his car down pit road. The 11 of Jordan Hand was out in front leading this race until he wasn't, and unfortunately not the way he wanted things to go, as down the back straightaway the 49 ride gets a big run and a good shot from the 25 of William Connolly, and able to slide down and tries to clear this 11 ride for the second time this afternoon, and unfortunately it kind of just gets him stacked up there on that inside lane. So the 49 jumps down in front of the 11, but the 11 coming with a good shove to his back bumper. Let's see if we can get another look at this one. Unfortunately, he's getting a big run. The 49 jumps down low. I don't think Jordan Hand was really expecting it. He gets into the back bumper there. Just the wrong place, the wrong time. You see the 11 ride gets sideways. The 4, Heyitskevcustoms, goes up the racetrack to trying to avoid the 11. Ends up making contact with the 25, and then the 11 gets back in there. They both go up the racetrack hard into the outside wall. Nowhere to go for William Connolly. Nowhere to go for the 20 ride. You see Jonathan Gaston try to hold on to it, and then so many other drivers just piling into this one. Look at the 20 ride up and onto the wall right there. The 25 airborne as well, as there you see Dylan Carrier going around the 57 turn there, as well as Josh Crider slides into it. Nowhere to go for Ben Gleason. Jordan Crider trying to get checked up. Gantz getting collected there as well. Heavy damage there for Gantz, Danny White. So many other great drivers all just tore up down through corner number 3 and 4, and we're going to see all these drivers that were tied up trying to get their laps back, or trying to use the wave arounds, or their quick repairs to try to get them back into this action here. And some of them, they may not have been able to make it back down pit lane, as there was a lot of very big heavy hits right here. A lot of drivers getting absolutely tore apart on the racetrack. So many great drivers right there, all of a sudden figuring out that they got nowhere to go, and unfortunately a lot of tore up race cars, man. That is a tough break for a lot of these drivers. Let's play this back again. Let's get another look at this one. And this is not what you want to see. This is not where you want to be if you're one of these drivers out there on the racetrack. You're going to see that contact. Big hits right here. A lot of drivers just getting absolutely tore to shreds, and unfortunately for a bunch of them, it may be the end of their night. Oh man, that's a tough break late in this race. You knew that intensity, all that momentum, everything was really starting to build, and that's really going to change the complexion of this race. As out in front, leading the way, it's Nick Tucker. Tucker leading this one here as Nathan Fredericks says, dang, he says, yeah, that's a big dang right there, as there was a lot of drivers absolutely tore apart out there on the racetrack. Is now leading the way. Is this 49 ride? Nick Tucker out in front of the field. He has control of this race. Reese Calva, who is a part of that caution flag, able to keep himself pointing in the right direction and keep that car really out of trouble. Doesn't look like any damage on this Ford machine. Heroes there in position number 2 with Ryan Haller there in third. Good to see Haller still up there battling. As we do see Farrell Robbins there in the 76 right. He rolls in that 4th position. Matthew Wood back there in 5th with Melvin Brengruer, Caden Gargiulo, Jordan Crider, Josh Crider, 72 with Jonathan Gaston, our top 10. Then we see Dylan Carrier back in 11th here on the racetrack. White there as well as Brandon Burbage, Chris Getz, Jesse Graham, Ryan Underwood getting the wave around. He's back onto the lead lap. He'll now be scored in the 16th position. Noah Blackwell, first driver now at least a lap down, maybe multiple laps down here for the 18 ride, but he scored there in that 17th spot. Ben Gleason scored back in 18th, also a lap down. Same with the number 20 of Aiden Lucas, the 25 of William Connolly, and Benjamin Romano, all laps down out there on the racetrack. Nathan Brookover still down pit side in the Mountain Dew number 8 ride, as he's multiple laps down there in 23rd. The 57 of Grant Applegate, also multiple laps down back in 24th. Wyatt Mickelson there in 25th with Nate Siefker and Michael Ponder Jr. bringing up the rear of the field as we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing. And now that was potentially our one and only big wreck, the big one of the day here. But we still got a lot of racing left to go. We may still see another big wreck before the end of this race, as we should see the green flag come back out with about 5 laps left to go in this race. As Lewis Vug, hopefully I'm saying that right, Lewis coming in, dropping that follow over there on Twitch. Welcome to the Peacemaker family. Welcome to the Peacemaker crew, dropping that follow there on the Twitch stream. And my boy, Tony J. Ludy. What's good, Tony? Tony coming in, showing the love as well, dropping that thumbs up over there on the Facebook stream. As we'll get these drivers ready to rock and roll, ready to go back to battle here in this one. Oh, man, it's going to be intense. This is going to be wild. Some of those drivers that were up towards the front of the field that may have gotten tied up in that wreck are going to be looking to try to race their way back up towards the front of the field. Can they find some dancing partners? Can they find their way up there to the front of the pack? And do we see another big crash, another big wreck here this evening as drivers trying to slice some dice there down the front straightaway? Unfortunately, Ryan Haller really getting no help to his back bumper. They leave the 99 ride kind of high and dry here. Luckily enough, Melvin Brengruer will get to his back bumper, but 5 cars lined up perfectly there on the inside of the roof, leaving Ryan Haller kind of there by himself here. As there, now he's finally going to get some help down the back straightaway. Here comes that 5 of Josh Crider to Belvin's back bumper, the 79 ride right there of Danny White. He'll join that fun there on the inside lane, as now we do see the 90 or 49 and the 4 ride slide down in front of the 99 of Ryan Haller. So Haller going to be the 3rd car in line. Down on the inside groove here is Reese Calva right there, ready to pounce in position number 2. This is a spot we've seen him for a lot of laps this afternoon. He's led some laps, but he's been there inside the top 2, top 3, top 4 for a lot of this race. And now Reese has a little bit of damage there to the left rear of that 4 ride, but not a whole lot. And he's in. Oh no, there's more contact. The caution flag will come back out down through corner number 1 and 2 as a few more drivers collected here. Brian Underwood in the middle of it, the 20 ride of Aiden Lucas in there, as well as Chris Getz and a few other drivers getting tied up down through corner 1 and 2 on the racetrack. A little deeper in the field, look at the 87 ride. This is Chris Getz. Looks like some contact here. His back bumpers, he's trying to go 3 wide right here, getting split down the middle by the 18 and the 11 ride. And they make a little bit of contact. He gets up into the outside fence. Unfortunately for Ben Gleason, can't get slowed down quick enough. Gets into the back end, helps him go around there. Unfortunately, gets back up into the fence. The 66 goes around down over the nose of the 20 ride of Aiden Lucas. There you see nowhere to go for the 13 machine. Nowhere to go for the 9 ride as they all slam in together into the outside fence as bunch of drivers getting tore up there once again. Chris gets heavy damage. Pretty good damage there for Aiden Lucas and Gleason as well. They have 13 of Michael Ponder Jr. getting pretty heavy front end damage as well. And the 9 ride out there on the racetrack is Benjamin Romano. Really nowhere for him to go in that one. As more drivers, more issues out there on the speedway, and unfortunately another late caution flag, and that means we're going to be heading to a little bit of NASCAR overtime here in our season opener. So this will be a green-white checkered finish here this afternoon. So a green-white checkered here this evening. Who will find their way into victory lane? Almost 100 laps completed here this evening. We'll go probably to about lap 101, 102 here as the lights are still on. The official iRacing pace car is this time by the start finish line. We'll see if the lights go off or if we'll get another lap here under the caution flag as drivers maybe want to go down pit side trying to get their cars fixed up there, as you do see the lights still turned on. This number on our official iRacing pace car, so at least another lap around here late in this race. This is going to be interesting. This is going to get pretty wild in a quick hurry, man. This is going to be pretty insane. Last week we saw a couple late race caution flags as well, and we did see an absolutely insane final run to the finish line. We saw probably about 7 or 8 different caution flags on that final lap, with the white flag being thrown. You know, no caution flag is going to come out after that white flag, and unfortunately a lot of drivers got tore up on that final lap, right down to the checkered flag and down through the grass. We saw the 3 machine of Lonnie Crider pick up that checkered flag in our first race of the season. Now we'll have to wait and see if he can back that up and find his way into victory lane here once again this afternoon, or who may find their way into victory lane. As man, things are going to get wild in a quick hurry. Who do you guys think is going to find victory lane? Do we think the 49 ride will get it done? Do we see Nick Tucker pick up the checkered flag this afternoon? Does Reese Calva, who's been sitting there in second for a lot of this race, can he make some late race moves and find the 4 ride into victory lane here this evening? Do we see Farrell Robbins in the 76? What a storyline it would be here for the Gaston's iRacing Graphics Old Dog 76 ride to find victory lane here in the first race of the season. Farrell, who's been going through some health issues here, he is on the minds and on the prayers of a lot of these drivers, all of these drivers, and a lot of the fans in the stands here, as this is the Farrell Robbins 200, and we've seen last week and this week some emotional, videos from family members, his son, his wife, coming in and wishing him nothing but the best health in everything here, and hoping for a great season for that 76 round, what it would mean to him to get the win in race number 1 on the season. He sits right there in third. Ryan Haller, who had such a crazy start to the season last season, unfortunately just did not get the runs he was looking for, did not get the finishes, and unfortunately didn't make the playoffs. And then we saw him there throughout the playoffs continue to get better and more consistent and having some great runs and great finishes. He's up there running in the 4th position, and then you look there in position number 5, the driver last season who won the most races, came into the playoffs with a lot of bonus points, won races in the playoffs, and advanced into that championship battle, and unfortunately lost that championship for the 2nd season in a row. It's Matthew Wood, who sits back there in that 5th position. There's so many storylines and so many amazing drivers up and down throughout this field, and only one of them will be able to be crowned the Daytona Farrell Robbins 200 winner here this afternoon. Only one driver can win the opening race of the season here for the Premium Stock Car Racing League, and we get to see how it all plays out right here, right now. Now we may see another caution flag. Is green-white checkers. We will see the green flag come out. If we see another caution flag fly before we make it back to the white flag, we will stack them up, we will rack them up, and we will do it all over again. But if we don't see a yellow flag fly before that white flag comes out, then that's flag will end the race no matter what. There will be no caution flags after the white flag, so it's going to be a race after that point. If you see the white flag fly, it's basically about who can make it to the end and who can make it across the line first here at the checkered flag. It's about to get pretty wild here this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Cheer on your favorite drivers right now in the comment section. Let them know that you want to see them up in victory lane. Drop a comment, drop a like on the stream, and let's get ready to see how this wild race will finish here this afternoon. As a green-white checker to finish off our opening race of the season, it's Nick Tucker down through the Geico restart zone as he will see that green flag flying. Heyitskevcustoms to his outside, not quite getting the restart that he was hoping for, but they get lined up on that outside groove as here we go, a little bit of movement out of the 99. Ryan Holler trying to decide where he wants to go. He jumps down to the inside. Heyitskevcustoms there on the outside as here comes Farrell Robbins right to the back bumper of the 49 machine down through corner number 1 and 2. It is that 49 and Nick Tucker will lead us down the back straightaway, but here comes a big move and a big block out of the 76 right now. Heyitskevcustoms trying to get back to his rear bumper, but that 89 of Melvin Brengruer trying to stay there to his outside. They're 3 wide back here for a second as this 76 of Farrell Robbins will lead us down in out of corner number 4. Coming back to the white flag, Farrell Robbins out in front, and he will see that white flag fly one more time around here for Farrell Robbins. Can he pick up the win, or will he pick up the Heartbreak Award here this afternoon? Maybe not getting the checkered flag on the final lap. His contact back behind him. The 5 right, trying to make that third line work. Unfortunately, contact between him and Kelva is more contact for Kelva. Kelva getting bounced around. Oh, he disappears off the racetrack. That got very dangerous in a quick hurry. I think he may have Alt-F forward as here comes Ryan Holler. Holler down the back straightaway. The 99 right, looking for the race lead. Door to door, 2 wide, down through corner number 3 and 4. They're gonna go 3 wide for the race lead. Contact, look at Holler. Nick Tucker turned around. They're wrecking down across the line. And look who's out front. It's Farrell Robbins, and Robbins will pick up the checkered flag here at Daytona International Speedway as they wreck down across the line, and it's Farrell Robbins who will pick up the win here this afternoon in a race that is dedicated to that 76 ride, and he gets it done. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you don't believe in miracles, if you don't believe in a higher power above, here this afternoon, it is on point right here that Farrell Robbins in the Old Dogs Racing, Gaston's iRacing Graphics 76 ride picks up the win in a race that is dedicated to himself here this afternoon. He finds his way to victory lane. The C's part, the contact all around him, down and out at corner number 4. Somehow he's able to avoid any damage and keeps himself under the throttle and beats everybody back to the checkered flag and picks up the first win here in a regular season of the Premium Stock Car Racing League. What a run, what a race, and what a finish here for Farrell Robbins. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all the power above as Farrell Robbins able to get it done here in this one, and he's going to get ready to burn down the house here after picking up the win here in this one, man. What a drive, man. What a drive. What a win here for Farrell Robbins as he's going to burn down the house here at Daytona International Speedway. Everyone out of their cars cheering on this old dog here this afternoon as everyone's been praying for him, hoping for the best for Farrell Robbins. And we talked earlier about the emotional videos that we've seen over the last couple weeks, and seeing, you know, his family come in and support what he's doing here on iRacing, hoping nothing but the best and amazing help for the 76. And he's able to pick up the win here in this one, and now joined on the front straightaway with a couple of his old dog teammates right there. It's Danny White in the 79 ride, trying to join him there on the front straightaway. The 75 there as well of Jesse Graham up there as well, cheering on and celebrating here with Farrell Robbins here this evening. What a run, what a race, and what a finish. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you guys enjoyed that racing action, if you guys enjoyed the finish here this evening, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button. As man, oh man, oh man. What a drive, man. What a drive, what a run, what a finish for Farrell Robbins to pick up the checkered flag here this afternoon. That is absolutely amazing. Such a special race and such a special win right there for the 76 rider. We can't wait to get him up and into the broadcast booth for his post-race interview. This is going to be an interesting one. We're going to get Farrell Robbins up here and the rest of our top three as Farrell comes home in the top spot. Matthew Wood there in second, and Melvin Brengruer will come home in position number 3. We'll go back quickly here and see what happens on that final little bit of racing action. Things really just got bent out of shape down the back straightaway down through quarter 3 and 4. We really started to see things kind of unfold, and down across the line, down out of corner number 4. That's where things really got messy in a quick hurry out there on the racetrack. As you see them all battling right here. Everyone trying to find their way into the front. You see the right of Josh Crider. He gets to the back bumper here of the 99. He gets a little squirrely right there. He gets a little sideways and ends up getting into the 99 right of Ryan Haller. And they come down into Nick Tucker. The 98 right of Caden Gargiulo. All these guys really nowhere to go. But look at how the 76 just comes out of that all by his lonesome there. The 16 of Matthew Wood had to get checked up and did get a little contact into that there himself. So he didn't have the momentum to even catch that 76 machine, as we did see even more drivers get tied up into this wreck, man. Everyone trying to keep their foot in the throttle. Everyone trying to keep on rocking and rolling. Unfortunately for so many of these guys, just pointing the wrong direction. You see the 79, the 98 in between each other right there. Somehow they find a hole and keep on rolling down the front straightaway here, racing back to the line. The 2 right of Landon Burbage right there as well. The 75 trying to race his way through. Look at Noah Blackwell, the 11 right of Jordan Hand down through the grass, as we saw last week. The 3 right there was still spinning around the pink machine. He went down through the grass and picked up the win in our shootout here at Daytona there through the grass. This time did not work out for him, as he ends up backwards into the outside fence, and so many other drivers turned around. As you see the 49 still sliding sideways there across the line in the 9th position here this afternoon. But it's all Farrell Robbins as he picks up the win and gets the job done here this afternoon. We'll get ready to pull Farrell up and into the broadcast booth, man. What a run, what a drive here for him. Let's get Farrell up here into the booth right now. Hey, Farrell, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
What?
Farrell, do you get a copy? It's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth.
Hey, Aaron. I'm getting a lot of feedback from somewhere else.
Oh. Hopefully it's not here. Hopefully it's A-okay. Hopefully it's clear.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, Farrell, brother, man, what a run, what a race. Take us back through this one, man. So many ups and downs throughout the evening, a lot of patience, a lot of laps, and all of a sudden, late in this race, you find yourself up towards the front of the field within striking distance of picking up the win here in this race, as it has been dedicated to you. We talked about it before that final restart, and then all of a sudden, you're able to make some moves. It's 2 wide, 3 wide there at the front of the field, then all of a sudden, out of corner number 4, you see that checkered flag up and in the air, and everyone starts to wreck back there behind you, and you're able to just escape right on through and drive home to a amazing win in such a special race here this evening as you pull that 76 up into the Daytona International Speedway victory lane, man. Take us back through it, and what's going through your mind? What's the emotions like right now as you're able to pick up the first win of the season?
Well, Aaron, I'm not sure, man. This is pretty cool. I stayed in the back for most of the race. Just didn't want to tear my car up. Just kind of seeing what we were going to do. And, man, I got to tell you about with every guy, all the guys that raced tonight. We had an awesome night for this league. It's going to show you what times are going to be ahead. With 15 laps, give or take, I just worked my way up. Try to stay out of trouble, and this is what happened.
Absolutely couldn't have played out any better for yourself here tonight in this one, man. As we saw some, emotional messages, at the beginning of this race and in the beginning of our shootout here last week as well. Your family members, cheering you on, hoping for the best for you. As we know, you've been going through some health issues over the last little while. Now, I don't know if you want to put that on display on the broadcast or not. You don't have to if you don't want to. But man, what have you been dealing with, man? And to be able to come out here and race this long race and battle at such high intense levels and being able to still find your way into victory lane is almost like the heavens above were looking down on you and helping you pick up the win here this afternoon. Maybe Dale Earnhardt was up there helping you pushing that 76 through some of the carnage.
Yeah, he sure was, right? No, about 3 weeks ago, I had a pretty good scare. I was actually practicing for the 24-hour of Daytona, and I thought I was having a heart attack. And my beautiful wife rushed me to the hospital, and we got it taken care of. So I'm good to go. Still battling with it. Still dealing with it. Things look really good.
Well, brother, I love to hear that. I'm glad to hear that things are looking better. And after tonight, man, things are looking real good for you. As now you get to relax a little bit more and take a little bit easier of a chill pill throughout the rest of the season, as you got, a lot of regular season races left here. Now with this win, you're locked in on this win into the playoffs, so you don't have to really stress too much about trying to earn as many points as you need to lock yourself into the playoffs or to try to pick up a win somewhere else. All the hard work's done. Now you can go out there, have some fun, try to earn some of these stage points and bonus points towards the playoffs, and maybe try to throw in some different pitch strategies and try to race your way into victory lane a few more times before the playoffs get underway.
Yeah. Man, it takes a lot of pressure off, Aaron. This is the first for me. Hopefully I hang in there all year and at least make it deep into the playoffs.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to seeing how every single one of these races play out. And if we have amazing storylines and finishes like we did here and races like we did here tonight, man, it's going to be an absolutely unbelievable season. And it's off to an unbelievable start here with seeing you come home and picking up that first checkered flag here in the regular season. Farrell, congratulations on such a great run and great drive here this evening, man. Who would you like to thank for the great run and great performance out there on the racetrack?
The most is my beloved, my beautiful wife, Betty. I love her to death. Thank you, honey, for letting me do this. Thank you for her taking care of me. But more importantly, my teammates, Danny, Jesse, Jonathan, but also Aaron, the league owners, Josh and Brian. They've helped me a lot. I love them to death. So that's my core right there, bro.
Absolutely, brother. Well, that core definitely helping you out and helping you through this one as you're able to pick up the checkered flag and now not only picking up the win in this race and earning that playoff spot and earning the points and everything else here tonight, but you're also the Rollin Wieners Dash for Cash winner as well. So it's $110 is what I'm being told by Josh himself here in the YouTube stream, that your total winnings $110 going into your pocket here this afternoon as well.
Yeah, $110 in my pocket. So that's cool.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that, man. Off to a hot start in the season, picking up that first checkered flag and stealing everyone's money here this evening as you park that 76 up in the Daytona International Speedway victory lane. Farrell, we look forward to seeing you out there on the racetrack next Saturday and hopefully maybe right back up here in victory lane, or at least more and more trips up here throughout the season, and maybe picking up a championship here in this season.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Good job.
Absolutely. I appreciate that, brother. Farrell, enjoy the rest of your evening, enjoy the rest of your night, and don't party too hard down there in victory lane.
Thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for Farrell Robbins as Farrell picks up the win and pulls the 76 up and into victory lane here this afternoon. Absolutely amazing run, absolutely amazing drive right there for Farrell Robbins as we'll get ready to pull in our second place finisher. Our second place driver waiting patiently down pit side will get ready to pull Matthew Wood up and into the broadcast booth as the 16 ride up 16 positions, able to come home in that second spot as the hard charger in the race as well. Also, our race winner, Farrell Robbins, started all the way back in the 23rd position. It will go up 22 spots, comes home in that top position here. And it's also our hard charger out there on the racetrack. Our second place driver also would be second place in the hard charger award. It is that 16 of Matthew Wood, as we'll get ready to pull Matthew up here into the broadcast booth. Hey, Matthew, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
It scared the life out of me. Yeah, I'm here. I'm awake now.
Matthew, brother, another great run, another great race, man. A bit of an up and down one for a lot of drivers here. Obviously, we saw some different strategies, some different things happening there on that, first couple stages, and we saw you go a lap down, and you're able to battle back and get back onto the lead lap. Then all of a sudden, you're right back up inside the top 10, racing, trying to find your way towards the front of the field, and looked like for a long time there, you were trying to get that third line rolling. You had a little bit of help here and there, couldn't quite get it to go, and late in this race, you were up there trying it again, and luckily enough, as things were kind of, getting crazy around you in the carnage out of corner number 4, you were able to pretty much stay out of that, but you had to check up just a little bit, maybe got a little bit of contact out of it, and you weren't able to try to pull up to the outside of the 76 of Farrell Robbins, as he was able to beat you back the line, pick up the checkered flag himself, and he had to settle in for another second place finish.
I don't care. First of all, I got to say I'm unbelievably happy for Farrell. This is the first restart. Before this one, I was going to push him. I wasn't going to let off his bumper. I was just going to push him all the way. And then this one, no offense to Ryan, but I didn't want to push Ryan. And it was either going to be me go to the outside and get a push from Josh, or at least it would stall the outside lane enough to where it'd just be him and whoever else is on the inside. I'm a little bit sick right now, so that's why I'm
all good,
kind of stuffy. But I knew that I could maybe stall it out or get a run, but I wanted him to win that so bad. It's a great thing to see, and I'm not going to be here for a little while. I'm not sure when the next super speedway is, but whatever that is, I'll probably be here. But again, just that was an awesome race. The 3x3 was very scary, probably the scariest thing I've ever experienced in my lifetime. And the final lap, because he spun directly in front of me, and I don't know how I missed it. And someone netcoded through me off of turn 2 on the last lap. So I'll take it. I'll take a second. It's not really going to matter much, but I helped Farrell get the win. That's all that matters to me.
Absolutely. Farrell getting the win. A storyline for the ages here in the Premium Stock Car Racing League is another season underway and another amazing finish here on the in the league, and being able to see Farrell pull that one off and being able to hear you talk about it and see you come home in second and still be happy about it. Most drivers, when they come home in second position, usually hang their heads or a little upset that they didn't get that one extra spot out there on the racetrack, but nothing but love and admiration there for the 76 ride as he's able to pick up the dub here in this one. And Matthew, you settle in for position number 2, man. Would you like to thank here for a great run and great drive this afternoon?
Well, the drivers, of course, they were getting a lot of fun out of me. Of course, some scary moments, great saves. It was a lot of fun. My team was there. We had a lot of fun in chat. Just me goofing around, swerving back and forth, taking the chicane at one point. That was fun. The league for keeping everything good, under control. You for what you do. Thank the Lord for what He's done for me and for what He always will do for me. And hopefully I can come back at wherever I come back next and have another fun one.
Absolutely, brother. Well, we look forward to seeing you back out there on the racetrack and back in the action here throughout the season, and hopefully we'll see you for multiple more races and multiple more trips up here into the broadcast booth.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely, Matthew. Enjoy the rest of your night, and congratulations again on that second place finish.
All right, thank you. You too, brother.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for Mr. Wood as Matthew comes home in position number 2. Here this afternoon, a great run, a great drive there for the 16 run as he'll come home in that second spot. As now we'll get ready to pull in our third place finisher, the 89 ride, Melvin Brengruer. Melvin coming home there in position number 3. Let's pull him up into the broadcast booth. Hey Melvin, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. They get a copy?
Yes, I do. How's it hanging?
Not too bad, Melvin. Man, a great run, a solid performance out of you all afternoon, and here late in the race, you're able to kind of get a couple openings right there as they were wrecking down at the corner number 4. You're able to find your way through the middle there and come home with a solid third-place finish here to start the season, man. Take us kind of back through this race and what's going through your mind right now as you're able to park it up on the podium.
Well, the entire race, I was telling myself, don't do anything stupid. And the moment I saw that white flag, I said, I'm just going to hold fort because I know something, I got a gut feeling that something's going to happen. And the seas kind of parted coming off 3. And I said, well, now's the time to do something stupid. So I did something I had not done all race. I went for the middle and kept my fingers crossed that I wouldn't spin it, and somehow managed to D1 drift it across the line in 3rd. So I'll take it. I mean, for all the Helen Keller roasting I get, I suppose nobody saw that coming, did they?
I don't know if anyone saw it coming except for yourself, man. It's a very strong run, a very strong car here. Throughout the evening, we saw you battling up inside the top 5, top 10 for a lot of laps here in this race. And seats parting there later on, and you're able to drive it up for a solid podium run to start this season, man. It's got to feel, you know, pretty good. Obviously not coming home with the win, but being able to come home still in that 3rd spot, knowing that you were able to earn yourself a little bit of stage points along the way as well, and getting off to a, you know, a right start on the season.
Yep. I did not really have high hopes for myself going into that race. I just pretty much had the mindset of just survive, just come out of it with all the wheels intact and not get it airborne. And I did my best to just be smart and not push the envelope too much. I had maybe one moment in that race where me and the 25, for whatever reason, decided to beat and bang for a bit. I don't entirely know what that was about, if it was just a spotter eating shrimp cocktails or what it was, but I was able to move past that and bring it home in, well, relatively one piece. But other than that, yeah, most of the night was just struggle, really. I just couldn't really go anywhere because the top and the bottom were just roadblocks. There was really nowhere to go. But towards the end of that race, me and my, I guess, unofficial teammate, Ryan in the 99, we were moving towards the front there, and I know Reese was up there with us too, and he wasn't in the channel with us, but we were still trying to all kind of work together and coordinate as best as we could. But to come back 3rd, I'll take it. I'm not complaining. 3rd is awesome.
Absolutely. A great run and a great finish here to start off the season for you. Melvin, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong drive here this evening?
Well, off the top of my head, my painter, Noah Blackwell, NJB Designs, check him out. Pretty affordable paints when he's not being a little grouchy gremlin. Love you, buddy. PSCRL, obviously. All the people put the thing together. Brian, Josh, you, because without you, we don't have eyes on our league. So, again, thank you. Your work is awesome. And I guess my teammates, unofficial, official, whatever, we haven't decided yet, but yeah, Ryan, Reese, and everyone else who came out to make that race what it was tonight. Everyone did a pretty amazing job considering the amount of cautions that race had. It really did surprise me, but it was a pretty awesome thing to be a part of.
Absolutely, definitely a lot of great racing, a lot of great fun out there on the Speedway to finish off the first race of the season. Hopefully many more amazing shows just like this one to come in the future here for the Premium Stock Car Racing League, and maybe crazy finishes just like that one in the next race. And maybe next time we'll see you get a couple extra spots and find that 89 ride up and in victory lane. As Melvin, congratulations again on that third place run here this evening, and we can't wait to see you back out there on the racetrack next Saturday.
Much appreciated, Senor Peacemaker. Keep doing what you're doing. It's awesome. And I will see you next week.
Absolutely, brother. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Hell yeah, buddy. Thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for Melvin Brangrewer as Melvin comes home in position number 3 here this afternoon. As unfortunately, that's going to do it for us here this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the racing action coming to a close here this evening after what was a hard-fought, I do believe officially, 102 or 103 laps completed here, and Farrell Robbins down across the line able to pick up the first checkered flag of the regular season here in the Premium Stock Car Racing League, as the league just starting back up here, the new season underway. Such high hopes, high, intensity and everything else here for, another amazing Daytona International Speedway race, another amazing plate race here this afternoon, and another crazy finish here in this amazing league. And we'll see you guys all back in here next Saturday for some more racing action with the Premium Stock Car Racing League. I'll be back live here on Peacemaker Gaming tomorrow night as we got some big block dirt modified action tomorrow evening, where I do believe it's the season finale. No, I think we got one more race after this, so not quite. It's our penultimate race tomorrow night for the Q West Big Block Modified Series there. So make sure you guys tune into that one. Make sure you guys tune into all of our races throughout the week, as we're live pretty much every single night to give you guys some amazing content, some amazing racing, be able to watch and cheer on these drivers out there on the Speedway. But you can catch all these drivers at the Premium Stock Car Racing League right back here next Saturday. So if you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, and turn those bell notifications on. That way you never miss it when we go green flag racing here on Peacemaker Gaming. But thank y'all for tuning in, thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch you guys back here tomorrow night for our next race, and hopefully I'll see you guys all back in here and cheering on some of our dirt track drivers here tomorrow. But thank y'all for watching, thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see y'all later. Peace out, baby. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody. Engines roaring loud and proud. Track is hot, fans are wild. Speeds are climbing high and fast. Racing dreams are built to last. Drivers ready, hearts are strong. Victory feels like a song. Wheels they spin, rubber burns. Corners come and swiftly turn. Drivers ready, hearts are strong. Victory feels like a song. Wheels they spin, rubber burns. Corners come and swiftly turn. Race to the finish line. Feel the rush, it's time to shine. Pushing metal, pure and fine. In this premium racing grind. Race to the finish line. Feel the rush, it's time to shine. Pushing metal, pure and fine. In this premium racing grind. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And grind. Uh-oh. And the racing grind. Pit crew ready, tools in hand. Every second by a strand. Race to the finish line. Feel the rush, it's time to shine. Pushing metal, pure and fine. In this premium racing grind. Race to the finish line. Feel the rush, it's time to shine. Pushing metal, pure and fine. In this premium racing grind. Uh-oh, grind. Uh-oh, racing grind. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Race to the finish line. Feel the rush, it's time to shine. Pushing metal, pure and fine. In this premium racing grind. Race to the finish line. Feel the rush, it's time to shine. Pushing metal,